Oh shit, I was muted at the start. So, sorry guys. Welcome back to the Golden Gift Qualifier number 1, hosted by MetaPlays. So you can check that one out on their website. We've got Kimo spawning here in the red trunks as Isis. So picking Egyptians again. Last game he played Ra. So we've got his opponent, game number 2 here in the Therapl, picking Zeus as opposed to Hades. So another Greeks pick for him. Pretty much the same overall matchup between our players, other than some minor god quirks. And so we're here on Tropical Mirage. And I believe Tropical Mirage is actually a map added by Foobly creators. I'm not too sure who. That's a pretty sick map. Players. Their town centers are actually shepherded by woodlines for the most part, so actually quite safe to get on top of. Kimo eager to make sure that Therapl is not going to go for some weird little proxy base on either of them, or just beeline and camp one of them. And whichever one he is at, Kimo will probably look to taking his second town center on the other of. So it's a small cost of 20 gold. Bit of an insurance policy, which Therapl will be possibly actually stop to even kill them instead of going straight for villages. You know, in terms of prioritization. And then yeah, if he doesn't go for them, obviously it just means that whenever Kimo wants to go for a second town center, he can just always pick the safer of the two. And know in advance. So I think it's definitely worth the Egyptian player playing a little bit cautiously. Especially if he's looking to play as passively as he did in game 1. So he's even going to get a monument to villages. So with Isis, he doesn't actually have access to the god that'll let him get Shaddaf. No, you Shaddaf. No, you shut off. So he's not going to get the cheaper farms, but in the meanwhile, he can possibly make use of the favour in other ways. How? I'm not too sure. I mean, possibly Sphinx or Onibites, or even just having the favour there for later myth units. Were there any upgrades, any juicy military upgrades here? Yeah, there are some military upgrades he can make use of if he goes for Anubis, as well as... Oh, yep, Sacred Cats actually, so he can get increased farm gathering speed. Shaddaf gives you reduced farm cost, so it takes 23 gold off their 70 gold cost, but that upgrade there for Bast Sacred Cats going to mean stronger farming that'll stack with his other farm upgrades, so that might be what he's looking to go for. Therapl, on the other hand, got his temple, probably looking to age up, get both heroes out and his myth unit and try and delay his Egyptian counterpart as best he can, while also scaling up for a good heroic age, multiple town center army himself. But Greeks often do sit in classical age for quite a while because they've got such good fighting capability and probably don't get quite the power spike going to heroic that Egyptian do from their classical age, because the Egyptian classical age a little bit lackluster. But, well, in terms of the military presence, in terms of the economic prowess, I think it's probably the top or the most. Really rewarded with playing a super boomy style. You know, as people sort of figured out with the meta over the years. Kimo, a lot of other players that play a lot of Egyptian, like Adeba, very, very tight early second town center openings most of the time. Just mounting the bare minimum they need to defend. While Greek and Norse players in particular, probably a lot more adventurous in the early stages of the Classical Age with taking fights and possibly delaying town centers in favor of applying more pressure because they don't have to go for that initial investment of going for the settlement. So a third obelisk has been used by Kimo, so he spent 30 gold on these. They're giving him good vision, and for now Therapl not really stopping to attack them because there is higher value targets on the map for our Greek player, who is actually going for a second settlement here. While our Egyptian player is going to try and hold off with the priest and with this Sphinx now coming to try and divert a bit of attention and force the Greek player to have to use one of his heroes to defend here as well. So that priest making it out though. Therapl second town center. Kimo will be able to go for one pretty quickly. I mean, the Greek player, regardless, without the Egyptian player, and that's a cool pyramid there. Without the Egyptian player investing a fair bit in military, the Greek player, you know, is going to have the ability to take control of the map here. The Sphinx, not really finding anything of value, I don't think. But now, it's making a beeline towards where the villager took out that obelisk. The god-powered, I mean the myth-powered taking out the scout, but Therapl bolting it down. He's going second town center, gonna go for the stables here. So even though he's going for that second TC, the double Vil production, he will ultimately be able to start military presence quicker than the Egyptian player. He's just gonna go for the armory. In this situation, Kimo's not so able to get on a second town center here. To try and take a good fight using a lot of villagers stacked up rather than having them all sort of split up and picked off by these Greek units, which are really strong individually, but yeah, they can't fight against so many units. The Pharaoh getting taken out by Odysseus. Kimo will have one of those for free in a couple of minutes. Therapl managing to pinch some of these goats. It'll be good if he can get them all home, because a little bit of food can delay on his farms just a tad longer. Good prosperity here for Kimo. Be able to go for a quick heroic age and start producing some farms here as well, perhaps. He's going to need some food eventually. He doesn't have a huge number of goats there, or Therapl does. Brought home all these others. This goat's going to find the other one, isn't it? Is that how it works? Oh no, he's actually got to send a scout to go and find it, or like a unit at least. Still that wall off, gonna be a pain for Kimo. He'll have to delay getting a corner market down and getting on that gold mine. Try and punch his way through there. Well, if Therapl does get, you know, some cheeky production behind there, could always come back to horn Kimo. Kimo gonna jump on another gold mine now, and this will put him within spitting distance of this town center, so he can take it and then fall back on this other one. Probably the way to go, because if he lets Therapl really hunker down here by playing for the more passive settlement, it becomes a lot more likely that Therapl ends up on a 4 town center situation. So right now, Kimo's sort of risking it for the biscuit. There's not a lot of military here for him, but he's going to be able to finish up the MiG in time. He may have to use Ancestors here, but I think he's going to be looking to avoid doing so. He's got enough villagers building still, but he's going to finish the Migdol stronghold. He'll lose a couple of villagers and one of these priests. He does lose the Scorpion Man. But overall this has been successful. In the meanwhile, another Scorpion Man hitting Therapl gold mine. And we've got use of minion here, so it's going to get a couple of villages there. Minion hitting over here as well, so a nice peel off there. And now Kimo going to interrupt villages at 2 town centres now with that. So really strong use of that god power, forcing Therapl to have to come and cover for these guys. A huge amount of value out of this. Still denying some of the gathering over here. Therapl, all these villagers on a food that probably could be over here. A little bit inefficient. Therapl still up by a town centre. Kimo hasn't managed to commit to... There we go, he's going for a second town centre now. He's finally going to jump on it. Very close to that villager. Saved by the skin of her teeth. Scorpion Man not able to find a chance to engage here. Things slowing down. It looks like Kimo is trying to go for the side gold mine. I think he's realised that Therapl probably going to try and wall it in, so he's just got the one villager harassing, chipping away at that wall. Those segments are actually under attack there. The whole thing's being brought down. And that villager is a boss. Kimo going to get onto 3 town centres now, jumping all the way up from 1 to 3 really quickly. Well, Therapl took that early second town centre, but now he's sort of stuck on it for a minute. He's going to need to try and force back Kimo here. He's not quite been able to do much here, other than slow down the transition onto this gold mine. But I suppose the idea is if he restorations through this, he might be able to interrupt Kimo's gold gathering. There is a tiny bit of gold left at home for him though. Kimo's looking pretty confident even though he doesn't really have a lot of cavalry left. It's interesting seeing the Zeus player. Not really a lot of hoplites here, but at the same time there is a lot of chariots there from Kimo, so it's really best off using the Greek units that don't really benefit from the Zeus bonuses. So Kimo using a couple of mercenaries here as well. Looks like Therapl still slowly gaining ground and pushing him off this gold mine, but Kimo's going to be through to that really nice safe gold mine. Don't have to worry about any of these more neutrally placed ones. And he's still able to maintain control of here. Lost a couple of units, but he seems to be okay. So Therapl backing off, and now Kimo's actually in control of this gold mine over here as well. Someone's going to have to fort up over here. Someone. Surely. Therapl going for a second storehouse because he really wants to surround and eat that gold mine as quickly as he can. So Rapple a little gold starved even. But he does have possession of that one at home, and there's no one really on these ones over here, so he's sending a villager over for some reason. What's he up to? Huge mass of chariots though. Unupgraded at this stage. Well, we got medium Hippicon, medium Tox. No armory upgrades for either of our players yet. Where's your armory? Oh, that's right, he's in classical. Thought he must have had one, surely. No. Bearing in mind, Kimo, he's sort of rushed his way into heroic and a triple town center, so he doesn't yet have any armory upgrades himself. Not looking to get any yet so far either. Just making sure he can mass up this army and keep out of the hole here. Taking one of the population upgrades at the town center. Oh no, no he hasn't, not yet. No, not yet. Sorry, but he's already up to 54 pop. It's pretty impressive. 154. Oh, that's right. Does oh yeah, ISIS gets bonus population from town centers. It's a really scary force for Rapple to deal with until he can get on 3 TC then. Because he's fighting against such a large force. Even unupgraded, these chariots can be real painful to deal with. There you go. So Rapple going to try and finish the wall off, but the village is just going to get picked off. I wonder why he didn't just try and sneak in a proxy stables or range, and then do it. Ooh, and that's a really nice poison there from those. The double scorpion, man. So all those Hippicons going to bleed a little bit of health, even as they're backing out when they're out of range there. And now the Scorpion Man going to get singled out and picked off before they're going to get another chance. These guys feel the sting. Ooh, there's a bit of a feel the sting there. Don't think he's going to quite finish everything off, but... Well, actually, what is it that's poisoning? Oh no, it's this one here. Man, their attack, the splash on it is unreal. I didn't realize they were so good. That's nuts. Kimo making this tough for Rapple because he's not really able to get past about 110 population. And Kimo, it's also his population's taking a bit of a nosedive as well. Bled a couple of chariots in this engagement, but over here, there's not really anything going on proxy-wise from Rapple, and he really needs to build a storehouse over there. So was he short on the wood for one? And he's just not realised now that he's now got it. Probably trying to look for an opportunity to use Underworld Passage, having gone to Heroic Age now. And he can start fighting on a little more even footing. He can start getting heavy upgrades now that Kimo's got Heavy Chariot. So he's just taken both those Chariot upgrades and possibly be looking to rev up the armory. Rapple hasn't revved up his yet. And Kimo. No use the armory yet. Oh, we'll get to it when we get to it. Yeah, right, whatever, bro. Yeah, sure thing. Bit of a contested gold mine situation here. Who's going to catch on first? Rapple trying to grab this central gold mine. If he can grab either of these and then, you know, leave it so that this is sort of the last one, it makes it tough for Kimo to actually get on that back gold mine. Don't know if anyone's really going to be able to get on this one anytime soon unless they want to commit a couple of fortress buildings around it. A nice catch here by Rapple, killing a bunch of villagers, but Kimo still got a pretty healthy army at the moment, up to 140 pop, but Rapple is now at 145. So So he's really bounced back, Therapl. Now, using a lot of upgrades he didn't have in earlier fights now to his advantage. Nice catch on that gold mine, so Kimo's still safe back here. Just a little bit of gold around the map still. But it's been a tough fight for him now. Not able to farm around here, and his population at 120 for the moment. I think he was really enjoying having that gold mine. Market production now here for Kimo, so if he can manage to squeeze them out, if he manages to have the food, and I mean he's mostly producing chariots for his military. It'll be tough trying to get spearmen out because he is also producing the caravans. Oh, so he's actually deleted that storehouse. I think it might just be to make it easy for his chariots. Yeah, so he's actually going to move it back. Which is a little bit odd. Kimo is as Kimo does though. I mean it lets him fit more chariots in around here, I guess. Which is sort of the idea. And that way you can actually park them on top of the villages. It seems to be working. Here we go, he's starting to get his copper upgrades. Oh, Therapl. Come on, mate. Come on, guys. Every time I click on these armories, they are idle. I know it's been an action-packed game, but that's no excuse for skipping your upgrades. Or actually, it quite possibly could be. But then don't just go run into fortresses. Therapl. Gonna try and take an engagement, though. That choke, I don't know. I think that might benefit Kimo slightly better than it does him, considering he does have Hippocon, so he's going to want to try and get past the spears with them if he can. Pharaoh being focused down. Very nice snipe there. Therapl probably needs to shift these guys back over here so they're not being focused down by the fortress, because that's a bit of damage from that Migdol stronghold that they otherwise don't need to be taking in this engagement. So, Therapl realizing and pulling back. Prostagma. Right now, it looks like Therapl putting too much pressure on. He's going to be able to go to Mythical once he can get the gold. But he needs to be able to get the gold. Let's have possession of that gold. Kimo's going to try and interrupt this though. If he can possibly catapult down storehouses here, it can really slow down Therapl's gold income, and like I said, it's really what's holding up his Mythic Age at the moment. Not making any caravans just yet. There's an interesting market spot. I guess it's probably just because where the idlers were. Because really, might be able to just caravan up here, really. Market up there might be his best opportunity. Ooh. So Therapl gonna try and go for the underworld. Kimo, what's he gonna do here? He's leaving it up for the moment. No, he's gonna start working on it. Theraple's gonna get these gold gatherers and interrupt the market line. So Kimo just deletes it off. Ooh, and now Therapl sending in a villager to try and proxy over here. Very good idea. Why do you need to send more than one if Kimo decides to head back over there? Still hasn't finished off the gold. Yeah. Still got this gold mine as well. The passage gonna get taken out. Therapl gonna get the faster, so be able to make, I believe that's Colossi. Try and really interrupt this base of Kimo, but Kimo's actually bringing a fuckload of villagers to get back on the gold mine, well, he's got a market still. He can always add another one. Look how red it is. I didn't realise. Oh, that's a manticore, sorry. I was thinking that was like a chimera or something. Kimo pushing out now. Siege towers able to make their way around, taking out structures, and Therap's got nothing to defend these, so he's going to lose all these military academies. Not the biggest of losses, but still a little annoying. Well, it looks like this is all going according to plan. So it'll be Hoplite and maybe Colossi spam if you can ever afford them. Don't know he's going to be able to at this rate, but he is pushing into Kimo, trying to knock him off this gold mine or force him to have to throw up another MiG. Those chariots gonna want to get on top of something else. And now it looks like Therap's going to try and wall in this section. Colossi surrounded at the moment. They do hit really hard. They will cut through those chariots pretty quickly. Kimo retasking these guys onto something a lot more useful. And these villagers that locked up doing nothing. I guess a Therapl evacuates now. They were over here earlier, those chariots. Did a whole 170 damage in the course of 50 seconds to a building. So Therap's wall off, not quite complete. He's not able to just spam out hoplites as easily as he'd like here. Kimo, not a huge amount in the bank for him at the moment. Therapl not really looking too much better off. He needs to get a lot more gold here, sitting on a bit more wood than he probably needs. When he needs to get that villager straight onto that siege tower. Oh, and so siege tower's going to be forced back, but there is military here, and Therapl, that's when he has to tap out because he's just a little bit too far behind. I guess probably didn't quite get as much value out of the underworld as he thought he might. Kimo seemed to bounce back really well there, and GG, Kimo takes a series 2-0.